Hey traders, welcome to episode 1113. You could be doing anything, you're here, appreciate it. Just doing what we do every day, like just market updates. If there's notable gainers, we'll talk about it. We'll maybe look at the chart. If there's trade setups, hey man, you know, we look at those, and sometimes it's up to you to request things that might be trade setups, because my god, man, there have been so many value plays that have been going on very well for like 2 months plus now. Like the ones from then are blossoming into just wonderful performers, to where you say the TA is being respected on a significant time scale. We can look at a lot of those today, where General Electric killed it. It was the top gainer on the S&P 500, 10.66% up. And energy also killed it. Oil particularly, and you can see it on the U.S. oil chart, and as well as like Oxy. I think that was a top performer yesterday. Diamondback Energy, Tapestry, TPR, another one of those value plays that just keeps going, man. You can't stop it. It was down 4% yesterday, up 8% today. Come on, man. Under Armour, value plays, and then you got tech that's just been blah. The high flyers not doing too well today, right? Amazon. Also casinos didn't do well. Adobe Systems had earnings yesterday. They're down 4.35%. Illumina Incorporated, worst loser, down almost 9%. But without further ado, Bitcoin. Yeah, dude, it's up 240 points today. It doesn't even feel like it or seem like it if you're looking at the chart. Not really. I mean, that was such an infinitesimal move. But here we are upon the 200 simple moving average. We haven't touched it since September 2nd, beginning of the month. And from the major high to the low, 50% retrace lines up perfectly, or is confluent with the 200 simple moving average. So just meandering on up, man, just making a common retrace after a big dump on high volume. It's very normal stuff until we start getting above 11,473. Then it starts getting a little weird, where you say, dang, man, this is an uncommon retrace after a big dump on volume. Okay, so from that high to low, nearing a 50% retrace. But people will be like, well, what about Fibonacci from the previous high, the more local high, right? Not the major daily high. Well, you can do that, and you can leave the other fibs up. From this high to low, it's how we can maybe get some confluence, which it looks like there is confluence between 11,156 and 11,214. And in between the confluence is the 200 simple moving average. Wow. So that is how you can get confluence with your Fibonacci. This is not something I talked about in my Fibonacci video or whatever. But yeah, you use the same, like different swing, like if you're looking for targets the upside for confluence, you high to low always, right? But you use different swing highs with the same swing low to gain that confluence, right? Two different ones, right? If you flipped it, you could do the same thing. To get confluence, let's flip it and act like this is not Bitcoin, it's something else. All right, we went from our low point to our high point, right? The major one. And then we would go from the less major one to the same high, the low to high. Same thing, right? That's how you get confluence. And this is a lot of this has to do with harmonics, man. Harmonics just automatically plot it for us, yeah. But like before there was a harmonics tool, you would have to do stuff like this. You'd have to manually be going in between, X to A to B, B to C, C to D. You'd have to be plotting those and like writing them down somewhere, logging where each percentage point. So thank goodness for TradingView for that tool. It takes a lot of work out for us. Confluence is very, very big deal in Fibonacci. Can really help you see. What's up, Manu? Thanks for the €2 super chat. Cheers, man. So, yeah, great. On Bitcoin rallying, and could go a little bit higher before maybe the reversal area. You just saw it, the confluence area, the 200 moving average, overbought now. And really, from this...
Hot on link/views. Thumbs up. Thanks, Lord Ray.
Yeah, I looked at it earlier today. You're not going to like it. It's not great at all. It's blah. It's very blah. It's like the party's over. downtrend. Like there's not like a wedge or anything. You could try to make it look like Bitcoin, but I mean, really, like for a trade, we'll go to it, man. Thank you, dude. But this is just, remember, between your 382 and your 618 common before a major reversal to the downside. Okay, so I don't know, not crazy. Link real quick to knock it out. Here it is. It was just 1 and 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, right? You could have had this created and left it alone starting August 30th once the selling start. You know, you have your anchor points. You leave it alone, you can see price action out of it, but traders never settled up lower than that downsloping support. Since then, you've run up and really failing to make higher highs, like a triple top almost, like 3 different peaks in at near the heart line of the channel too, and you've dumped. Okay. So $10 is upon you. Yeah, I mean, maybe harmonic stuff, right? People, no, I don't even know. You can't even say harmonic really, because it's the exact same high. They're identical peaks. So there is no differential from what would it be A to C, so it's not harmonic. So I mean, hard to say if there's really divergence. A lot of oscillation in between on the 4 hour. I mean, you probably want to go to the daily to see if there's divergence. Already looked at the daily. It doesn't look good, man. I mean, just really doesn't look that great. It could rally here, man. It sure could, right? From a local low to the local high, making a deep retrace, sure. Well, look, man. I mean, look at this. It's awful. It's like the worst thing you could ever want, really. On the daily, dude. I mean, in my opinion, for a swing trade, and you see like how I had it perfectly lined up on the 4 hour. On the daily, it doesn't even make sense. It's like, it's off now. So how do you even anchor when it does this crap? Crypto, man. I guess it looks pretty good on the daily too if you do that. But look, man, there is no hidden bullish divergence, really. I mean, there might have been, and now negative momentum starting to pick up again. You're certainly not oversold. You're at 38. You're in bearish territory now by a couple points, and there's so much room for the asset to go if market participants wanted to push it down to lower prices. So I don't know, man. Like, it's a momentum-driven asset class. It was like the darling of this summer. I mean, this was it. The Link Marines, like, you know, pretty much slapping all real former or current Marines in the face by even calling it that. What a joke. But I mean, there was opportunity. There was a range, right? You could have been a range bound trader, right? Buying low, selling high, and doing it again, taking it long again, and then it comes up and butts up, and it's like, hey man, if you break $5 this time, right? If you break it this time, we could moon. Moon happened. Consolidation, ran up, hit $10. Psychological, you broke it. Where'd you go? Eventually 15. Where'd you go after 15? $20. It's just, I don't understand how there could be infatuation with this now. It's like, who cares? Going through correction. Let it keep correcting. Who cares where the dust settles? Yeah, maybe $10 holds, but dude, hello? Value trades on the stock market? Who cares about crypto? Like, yeah, dude, great, crypto. Crypto was so this summer. And things will turn around again eventually on crypto. We'll start making consecutive higher highs, higher lows. The beginning of that, we'll be able to identify some wonderful trade setups that'll probably play out really well. But it's really murky right now with what the U.S. dollar's doing. It's super murky in the crypto market. So it's like, that's why you don't want to be tethered to one asset class, one market. You must be diversified in that way, so you can participate in tendies when they're not really presenting themselves in crypto. How else would you be able? No, they did a great job of, I mean, just, yeah, I don't know. Hey, is this Portnoy enters crypto market, exits crypto market up here somewhere? Wow. Okay. So we go to Ethereum. Man, I'll tell you, a lot of emotion that shouldn't be there for me. I'll tell you, dude, it's like, we all know the Patreon is like kind of blown up. And there's a lot of anxiety on my side. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't know. I hear patrons talk and they ask for things, and you know, it can put pressure on me to do stuff, all right? And so, like, yeah, talking about maybe a short here, and it really could still be valid, but in the end, looking back on it, like, I didn't have, you know, when I posted it, it was simply just a bear pull, bear flag with a consecutive lower high, and that's distribution, man. That's what you're looking for. I mean, just flip this chart over. This is what you want. Impulse up, nice pullback, and then you bottom out at a critical support, you rally, you then make a higher low than your previous low. I mean, that's really good stuff. You don't even, divergence doesn't even really need to be there. But that was what I was going with. And then, you know, Bitcoin starts rallying up a little bit more. And I do think Bitcoin is going to pull back. We're going to get another wave down. Like we're getting this methodical wave up. We'll get another wave down like that. And then it'll be XA, AB, and the wave down will be B to C. And it's over and over and over again. So all this uncertainty with the US dollar and Bitcoin, it makes it really tough to trade crypto because there's just not much of an edge, you know. And I posted that, you know, and it's not a stop out yet, but dang, man. Now, hey, if you get another consecutive lower high, that'd be good, but it doesn't really necessarily mean we have much of an edge on Ethereum even now. I mean, a bear pole, bear flag that could just extend down and turn into something else. There's no divergence, right? In my thought process, I mean, it could have almost been like hidden bullish divergence of some sort, even though the low was lower. It was about the same. So really murky in crypto right now, but I'm trying to keep people happy that for some reason still don't give a crap about stocks. People still don't care about stocks. And it's a freaking grave injustice. All right. So look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. Also look at the DXY. We got to, man. It's like all eyes in the world of finance are on this. And look what it's doing now, right? You look, it was very close to make a confirmed partial decline, where a confirmed partial decline is when it would hit the top of the trend line again, the resistance. Then if it does that, there's a 70% chance of breakout of the upside. Never happened. We sold off again. But now look what's going on. It's almost like you're making a double bottom, you know, local double bottom here above the 200 moving average. It's just really, until we get that confirmed partial decline, everything is okay. And this could continue to dump, and the trend is bearish. But you can't say that this thing hasn't been destroyed and has certainly not made a common retrace like every asset normally does. You know, if it made a common retrace, minimum $94. It hasn't done that. 94.05. But you're thinking eventually 94.77, 50% retrace, and 95.48, your 618, and maybe even 95.85, a critical support resistance looking back in history that has been regarded a lot. So, man, I tell you, dude, it's keeping me on the edge of my seat, or the balls of my feet. Less than lead. All right. What's up, Rick Schmitz, man? Aries starting to do things for us, right? I mean, you know, the past few days, but I'm just saying, like, it's continued on. It wasn't much today, but that's okay, dude. It's hanging in there. It just gave more of an edge on the last sell-off. Yeah, how does it even do that? That's when you know that could be really good.
Can we look at Shaq? Fill the gap today. One more gap higher. Possible bearish crap from June 8th.
Shaq Connect. Dude, you want to look at, right, what can happen. Okay? This is why position sizing is so important for your trades. You want to make sure every trade's about the same, right? You want to have stop losses. Okay? Shaq's a great example. So we had a successful inverse head and shoulders, a mini one, way back in December. Went higher, much higher. But look here, man. Look at this. What is this pattern if it doesn't break the neckline? What is it, chat? Tell me what this is if this neckline never breaks. Can someone tell me? Someone talking about deep crabs? We'll look, man. We'll look. We're doing, you know, hey, engagement. Make sure you're awake. And And, you know, there's not much chat engagement ever anyway, so I'm trying to muster some of that. It's kind of a trick question in a way. If it doesn't break the neckline, what pattern is it? Kind of a trick question again. It's literally... Okay, so no one's really answering. Okay. Yeah, Crypto Stain got it, man. He got it. It's called nothing. Literally nothing. It was a potential slanted head and shoulders. And since it never got confirmation breaking this neckline, it remained nothing. It remained potential. And then was completely invalidated when it broke above the right shoulder. Once it broke 56.39, August 21st, it was invalidated, okay? So just remember that. Though a pattern may be developing, it's nothing until confirmation happens. You need to learn about all the patterns and how confirmation happens, normally with a breakout. So, and here's the thing, man, about like head and shoulders patterns. I think over the past few years, at least from some data, this is like the head and shoulders are like the most reliable structures. We're talking like reliability in terms of actually playing out and hitting targets and dumping. Head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, the most reliable. But here's one. You know, I think 64% was the 64% were playing out based on the research done. I need valid reasons to explain to the missus why MRTA merch keeps showing up in my office. Tax write-off or something, right? Because it's business or something. I don't know. Maybe, dude. Thank you, dude, for purchasing the Japanese candlestick pillow merchandise. Wow. So, what's the question about the deep crab? I don't know, be a deep crab. Remember the double top, man, to Jesus, the inverse head and shoulders, and it's like even a larger structure develops, but doesn't play out. Let's see. Clean it up a little bit. So clearly, I think a breakout, I mean, it already happened. That way happened, right? Gap fill, $84.12 a big dude. This is huge, right? On Shaq. Technical breakout. I mean, I know we've done it before. You know, earnings killed it. Earnings and Corona. GG no re. I mean, like, what do you even do when a triple black swan event occurs? It might have just kept going to fill the gap if it wasn't for that event. But it happens. And we'll see the scar forever there. But now we're back, right? Back in Shaq. And it's, I don't know, like back in black kind of rhymes. July 2018, previous all-time high, you know, before the crazy run-up September. So you think if this holds long enough, 84.12 would be your target if this, again, holds. So it could just end up being an upthrust where you hold above it for a little while and you just dump back below it. Okay, then you're back in the abyss again, or you could fall to the abyss. But what's the question? The deep crowd? Oh, well, yeah, maybe, dude, I guess. We would definitely call it a dragon first, right? Remember, it's like a dragon before anything. So it'd be like that. Okay. And then deep crab, man, don't even... Maybe bat before deep crab, right? Yeah, that's completely valid. Deep crab's first. Always the deep crab, and then if the deep crab fails, then it becomes... I'm sorry, if the bat fails at 886, it becomes a potential deep crab, and it's not a valid deep crab till it hits this 1618, which I don't know if Shaq's going to be doing that anytime soon, man. Todd Jones, thank you for the $10 super chat. 6 hours of Ethereum mining equals $10. Is that real, chat? Is that good or bad? Thank you, dude. So, I mean, yeah, dude, sure, but who cares until you get much closer to it? I mean, I'm not even worried about it. So you just think about, yeah, geometrical supply line. It was broken. And probably at a 50% retrace, maybe a little bit higher, high to low, exceeding 50% on the way to 618. Next target 76.48, which lines up perfectly. February 19th, perfect. I dig it, man. That's probably where it's going eventually. It could spend some time around here. But yeah, if you ever break 76.40, you think a valid target on Shaq in time could very well be the gap fill. The gap fills all the time, man. So there you go, dude. That's your Shaq. June 8th. Oh, I get what you're saying, dude. Oh, okay. Deep crowd from June 8th. Nope, it can't be. It's a double bottom, right? He's talking about X, A, B, C, D. But we have rules, dude. Right? You have to make a higher low. This is like an identical low. It's like a double bottom, like with divergence was there, right? So, and back testing. I mean, you know, maybe if I was paying attention to Shaq, you know, I could have like seen this during the time someone requested it, or it was just on a watch list. Man, there's just too many things to look at. That's why it's great being a part of a community where we have, you know, hundreds of eyeballs looking for the things that I try to teach on this stream. Really amazing. Okay. So you got your targets, man. But yeah, I mean, a local Fibonacci high to low, 1618, 7380. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, from this high to low, it's probably an 886 or so. I think a gap fill is, well, I mean, I guess you're filling a gap soon. Like, the gap fill is at the 1618. So yeah, maybe it reverses there. But if it stays above $70 long enough, eventually we'll pivot and rally to those much higher prices. So yeah, man, you're just getting to a point where it's getting a little frothy on Shaq, and it could be at a reversal point. Daily not showing any kind of real exhaustion so much yet. 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours showing some bearish divergence, right? Especially if, right, I mean, a high to the higher high.
Noise. Mitch, could you please look at Save, Spirit Airlines? Thank man.
Thank you, man. Thank man. Yeah, we'll look at Save. Save, man. It's beautiful. Spinning top, right? At the end of the day. I mean, in the macro, man. As soon as Jerome Powell started opening his mouth, the macro starts selling off everywhere. And the Dow or the DXY starts pumping. Yeah, Kreuzer. We'll look at Twitter. Thank you, man. So just complex inverse head and shoulders, or could be considered a right angle descending broadening formation. Doesn't really matter which way you look at it. They're both bullish. And if you ever see the neckline again, it'd be a confirmed partial decline on the right angle descending broadening formation. So I know it was looking better, you know, at midday today, almost $19 and pulled back up 2.6%. Hey man, I think double bought. It's like Under Armour almost, dude. It's so similar to Under Armour. It's like the same market maker, same composite operator on this. But I mean, what's there to look at? You know, it's just a complex structure. And if you ever see 1941, I think there's a 70% chance of a breakout if we see that again. Okay, that's it. Comment. I mean, deep retraces from that high to low. That'd be like an 886 up here. But that's the measure move of the structure that's been in development. That's it, dude. Okay? Save. Patient man. This is the patient man's game here on Save, dude, right? Okay, I mean, I wish there was... Oh, I gotta analyze it, dude. Well, there's nothing to analyze, right? I mean, people... You know, a lot of these assets, it's like the work's been put in. You put in the work, and you see how it goes, right? All right, if you look left. Oh, okay. Right there. So, I mean, I'm thinking... Right, if we can break that neckline, I don't think there's going to be any issue, any problems getting to $24. Right, that's it. This is a local high. It's not a big deal. It's this. Look, this wick from March 26th. I mean, once it gets broken, dude. Again, there's just like kind of nothing but outer space until $24, or really $24.70. So, all right, good luck. Fundamentally, Airlines wrecked. Technically, okay. Not too bad. Maybe turn around for a trade at least. Daniel, thank you for the 5 super chat, man. Alright, the next one. Oh, Twitter Connect. Man, that was like the Jesus cipher, man. Or Garley, dude. The Garley, man. Just been killing it. I mean, this is like, it's textbook, dude. So, I mean, at that 78% retrace, look at that, man. Look at that performance. So, it's probably just in an uptrend right now. It's achieved almost an 88% retrace from the structure's high to the low. So, deep retraces. So, somewhat, I mean, could be premium on Twitter. Let's see if we can make a perfect channel here. I don't know. We made a perfect channel. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't it nice, man? God. Beautiful upsloping channel. So, lots of downside. And I mean, the 4 hour, I guess it looks like the Dow Jones and NASDAQ, kind of like that very small dragon stuff. You'd have to zoom in 60-minute maybe and see it.
Do you have a video that goes over your trading view setup? Wanting to match. Thanks.
No, I don't have that. I do not have that mind shift. You can join the Patreon, though, and ask a bunch of questions. You could find out and get it eventually. Thanks, dude, for the 5. Okay, so, right, kind of in the dead middle of an uptrend, where it does look like there's a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. I mean, this is similar to a lot of other assets that I've been looking at in the tech world that are just like, I guess, swing low to the new swing low. And you could say the same thing about the MACD too. It kind of just, doesn't it look like it? Yeah. Impending price action, continuation to the upside, maybe being implied on Twitter a little bit. Possible, dude. But again, for an actual trade right now, which is why I stream, right? We look at stuff and we love the channels. They look so great, but right now we're looking for actual entries for trades and stuff. So not so much seeing that, even though this is good and it implies the rally could continue if the index funds want to play ball, which I like what the S&P 500 did today, which we can look at. Let's look at the daily, man, real quick, and then we'll go to the S&P. Oh yeah, dude, look at the daily and the 4 hour together. I don't even have to adjust it. Both time scales are showing impending price action continuation the upside on Twitter. Just saying. Doesn't mean it's a great entry for a trade or anything, but that these things are implying more upside. It doesn't ensure that you're going to make a higher high than your previous high. It just says that up next. It could go up to 43 before jumping again. But the daily is significant, and the 4 hours saying the exact same thing. Not too bad on Twitter. The party could keep going is all I'm saying. Okay. So let's go to the S&P 500 real quick. That did good things, man. I don't know now. That end of the day kind of ruined it. Wow. All freaking day, man. All freaking day. It was above 33.93 and then it closed. Of course. Closed in the last 30 minutes or something, 40 minutes below that all-time high from February 19th of this year. Closed right at where traders settled up. Actually a little bit below it right here. So okay, sketchiness remains on the index fund. You just close right at it, dude. So this needs to hold. Otherwise, you're coming back down to 33.33, and after that, 3,200, and that's not going to be good. So just, this uptrend we've been in, you're just kind of flirting with that demand line, kind of disregarding it a little bit. And this had to do when all the selling came in today when Jerome Powell started opening his mouth, dude. It was almost in real time. And it happens often, right?
How about AVCT, Mitch? It's a UK company involved in the distribution of China virus tests.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. But we can look. London Stock Exchange. Looks like it's attempting its rally. Has yet to make a higher high. Okay, so again, S&P 500 just giving the update. Negative Momo still waning, but man, we got to pay attention to that. Do not forget about this. This needs to be tested and held and regarded as support and never resistance. You don't want to fall below this anymore. It's time. It's over. All right, stay above it. Or a reversal of the downside could be happening after that buying climax, 3,600. Okay, hard to believe with a money printer. Okay, AVCT. Hey, it's got 1 million volume. Woot. But yeah, again, this attempted rally here. All right, so accumulation. I mean, it's going up to almost test that previous all-time high from May of this year. That's a really nice demand line right there. Wouldn't call it a triangle, so don't freak out, man. Because look, you just think about it, it could be a lower high double top, right? I mean, that's always possible. But you know, you've made a deep retrace from your high to low. It's not really in a position where it's a great trade setup yet. I mean, and then other people will be like, hey, just anchor 1 and 2 here, and you've got yourself price contraction, which is neutral. Oh yeah, duh. So you got all, I mean, too much white space, dude. Either way, you got probably a supply line and a demand line. Definitely a demand line. So in the dead middle of it, when you're in the dead middle of a symmetrical structure like this, not much of an edge, really, right? Oscillators are giving you no help at all. Not really. So in terms of a trade, no thanks for me. 154 is a big time support resistance. It looks like you've broken it and you back tested it as support. That's really good. So as long as you stay above 154, you got a chance, right, to go and test 202, 215. But right, you don't want anything to do with AVCT if it ever breaks below 154.55. That's like get out, you know, type of. I mean, look, man, this is a big time reversal area where if you fall through it, I mean, you could see the same outcome that you've seen in the past.
Demon Souls kind of energy.
Sony, man, thanks for the $2.99 super chat. Wait, what the heck?
Check their please. Thanks again.
No, that was weird. Sorry, Sony Punny, thanks for the 777. That confused me for a sec because they. Anyway, thank you, dude. Energy pump today. Yeah, GE killed it. We can look at that real quick. So that's it, dude. 154.50. You could be destined for glory at higher prices. If you fall below it, you could be screwed. And if you break 202.50 to 215, easy to target. There's from your high point to low point of this structure. 127, 250 extensions, $245.50. You can say, and then the gold mean ratio is 286. So targets the upside, and you know you're screwed if 154 is broken in the downside. I mean, that's all I can really do when there's not a trade setup. Just tell you what, if something breaks, you know, where it can go, where it would go probably. That's it. Neutral. AVCT. Yeah, let's look at GE real quick. I mean, not much to really look at. Kind of double bottomed. So this is one of those though that it's like one of these ancient patterns that are huge structures. I mean, multi-year large bullish sharp pattern that did certainly reverse right at critical support looking left. It had divergence at the PCZ of the pattern, ran up, hit a 38% retrace. It's just been correcting for months now. But yeah, huge volume pump today. One bottom, two bottoms. Didn't really look like there was much of an edge at all on the daily for that pump. It may be on the RSI a little bit, but again, if you're positioned long from the entry, hey, you've lost out on tons of gains. But I mean, this is like if it's a multi-year large structure, if it's 2 years plus large, then you got to understand that the trade is a position trade. It's not a swing trade. It could take months, if not over a year, to play out to get to the much higher prices. Okay, so what's up, Emperor Man? Thanks for the 199 super chat. Cheers. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in today. All 800 of y'all. 800's kind of the where we're, I don't know, bottoming out at without volatility and stuff, you know. I mean, so yeah, nice move up, top gainer on the S&P 500. It's up 3.41% after hours, so great stuff there. Almost like one bottom and then a second bottom. I mean, you almost got a dragon going on that you've already broken out of. You didn't perform it, and now you're rallying. So, again, I think that in time, 850, 941, 1031 are all viable. You could think that it's going there. And in time, if you're patient, got back above that December 6, 2018 low. You're above that now. You were below that yesterday. Today, you're above it. Good news. Stay above that long enough, and you would probably see higher prices. All right. It's almost like scuffed as crap inverse head and shoulder stuff, right? Like a left shoulder ahead, a right shoulder. Ugly. There's a neckline there. Okay. What was that? The Alkaline Water Company. I mean, obviously broke out, had a really nice rally, reversed at a critical reversal area, right? That's where it was manufactured, and it's just been kind of straight line down. Not a very deep retrace, but a common retrace from your low to high. Yeah, Iceland. I mean, there's some support right here. It was manufactured June of 2019. Look, price action correlation, 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 and now here we are correlating again at that manufactured support resistance. So resistance now. It should have been support. It's been resistance and support before. So, man. I mean, you probably got a downsloping channel. Not sure if we use that wick. Dang, how will we, Not sure if that's going to be the way we would look at it anyway. I mean, look, you're right. If it's not a trade setup, I'm trying to make sense of its short-term, mid-term downtrend. And I'm just using 1 and 2 on the bottom and just 1 on the top. And if you adjust though, and you don't, and use where traders set it up on that high, it's like 1, 2, 3 touches on the top and then 2 on the bottom. Not bad. So it's still in a downtrend, hasn't broken any supply line or anything. And I don't really see, I mean, maybe it's diverging some, sure. But is that going to be enough? I don't think that's gonna be enough. What about the daily? Any help? Well, you're seeing positive for the first time on the histogram since July 21st. No help on the oscillators besides that. Yep, no hidden bullish divergence really, because this low here is low. This low is lower than this low, so. Invalid until you get back above 144. Yeah, I wouldn't be messing with it. So we'll see if the 4-hour divergence plays out. Let's see if this positive momentum continues to build with price action. You're at the 200-day moving average. Okay, cool. No harmonic. 618 retrace. So yeah, a reversal could be in store at this area, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the major one. It could rally up, make lower highs, and then dump again. All right, kind of sketchy chart based on its I don't know, its history. The fact that I can't see all the history when I look at the 4 hours, kind of sketchy. I'd really like to see it get down to 84 cents. That would be legendary. 80, you know, because that's like an 88% retrace, and it's a critical ice line, and maybe by then we could end up showing some bullish divergence on the daily. Yeah, dude, no thanks on this for me, really. Not to say it can't reverse. Okay, wow. Ugh, too much time on that. Okay, so look at like Dow Jones, I guess. Look at the DIA, the ETF of the Dow Jones Industrial. This is what people use to buy it. Look at this, man. You know, closed near its session lows, up 0.16% today. Up 0.16% after hours. Pretty nice looking channel, wouldn't you say? Yeah, you're back. It looks like you're back in it. You're trying to hold on to it. Very good. Even if that breaks, just like it did, it's, you know, Dow Jones or the DIA is still fine above 273.99, which is a previous peak from September of 2019. And you can see we've regarded it in history as support resistance. So stay above that long enough, I think you're going to rally again to maybe see 295, which is all-time highs. It's very possible. But yeah, I mean, this is... And what are you doing? I mean, very close to hidden bullish divergence. It's like you're double bottoming, kind of. Like you see two different valleys on the 4 hour. About the same, and one's much higher levels, but the 4 hour is not really. I mean, it's okay. It's not really giving an edge, but I'll show you what is giving us an edge, and that's the daily time scale on the Dow Jones, or the DIA, the ETF of the Dow Jones, is certainly showing hidden bullish divergence, where you make a discernible swing low on price late July 31st, and now we're making a higher low above critical support resistance from history. And you're showing higher levels of negative momentum, lower levels of relative strength, impending price action continuation. The upside's being implied. It may take a few days, it may take a couple weeks, but that's the same way I played the cues. It was showing triple MACD, triple RSI, hidden bullish divergence a little while back, like a month ago, so a month and a half. So this is good for the Dow Jones. At least technically, it's showing an edge kind of on a somewhat significant time scale, so you got that going for you, which is nice. Sure. Y'all hear me? Is this thing on? String going? Sorry, I haven't even looked at chat. Those are 4 hour bearish divergence, Danny, now. Good. On Ethereum. Good, let it play out. Let the TA be respected. I mean, I'm just, you know, it's like a huge bear flag. To me, I don't even think about it being a rising wedge. Just a flag that's been so well respected, and it's still somehow respecting that demand line on the bottom. It's crazy. So... Okay, so we just want to check on the ones that we've been in. They've been, you know, it's like, hey, everyone's pinged. I mean, look here, listen. Under Armour today hitting its highest level since March 6th.
Look here, look, listen.
It's not only that, man. What else is Under Armour doing? Painted a daily bullish engulfing candle, and also broke above $10.43, which is extremely important. It's an area we've been trying to break for too long now, and it's that October of 2017 low. You broke it. Come on, man. Let's go, Mev, up in the chat.
But BTC dominance. Who invented that? 10.000000000, etc.
Meth, man, thank you so much for the Ethereum Classic Trust Fund contribution, man. Since we know it takes a while to get in the wallet. Thank you, dude. Really, really appreciate that. Hi in the chat from Meth. Yeah, we'll look at the Bitcoin dominance, man. That is continuing to moon. And it was hilarious because it was showing divergence just like Under Armour right here. Right, at least on the 4 hour. We will look at it right after this. So, and then what do you even want on Under Armour, man? A target hit, and now working on the second target, and maybe the third in time. 200-day moving average is at 1155, something I don't think you did do yet, but you could do it at some point in the near future. 1111, and it's like 1112. Yep, 1113 is your gap fill from March 6th. So that's an easy target. You'd think it's going to hit that. I don't know if it'll go higher, but man, this is a big technical breakout on Under Armour today. Not yesterday. Today. Okay. One bottom, two bottom after, so consecutive double bottoms, man. Let's go. All right, Bitcoin dominance. For a MF. Yep. Look at that. That daily RSI divergence was impeccable. It was beautiful, man. And then a little bit on the daily, yeah, sure. Okay, 59.85. Critical support. It's a major reversal area. December 2018, July of 2017. Right, you fell below it, Monka S, but it's not always about the breakout. It is about the follow-through price action that you receive after the breakout. So breaking out twice, on the second breakdown, I guess you could say, you were showing more seller exhaustion there. So that increased maybe the probability that it would reverse to the upside versus breaking it considerably and dumping hard, right? So go to the 4 hour and you can see even more of an edge that there was on BTC.D, right? Where you had seller exhaustion from one low to the second low, right? You add the 4 hour and the daily together, really starts giving you an edge, right? A Bulkowski structure with time scale hopping. Very good. And it's going, it's been going, and your next target 61.68. I mean, that's look at this support from July 26th, August 4th, August 18th, 22nd, 25th, 28th, September 5th. That's huge, man. That, like, you break that, all right, alts are probably screwed for a while, but who knows what it's going to do with Bitcoin. This doesn't necessarily mean Bitcoin is going to moon, because like Bitcoin dominance could rally in a downtrend, right? Where just money's just pulling out of alts, going into Bitcoin, or just pulling out completely. And that in turn could drive the price up in Bitcoin. Right, so there you go, Meth. The dominance rises. Soon to be testing a critical resistance. 61.68%. Okay. Why don't I use Coil for content monetization? Because no one uses that, like, at all, dude. Like, only XRP echo chambers think that anyone uses that, dude. It's like, I have an XRP tip bot, if you can even remember that, and it's like, no one uses it, dude. Stop trying to make XRP a thing. It's not gonna be a thing, okay? For me, or for anyone, really. I mean, dude, they're IPOing Ripple. What's the point of XRP even being something you can buy right now as just a retail guy, right? Please get out Regina George. Do whatever, man. Whatever. I'll talk to you in 5 years. Wow, really? Okay. So dude, like in crypto, man, like we can just keep going and look what happened today, TTI. Trade setup, right? TTI, nice run up, 4% today, right? One bottom, two bottoms, an edge. There was some seller exhaustion maybe in the RSI. The 200 moving average, you bounced off of that, you rallied. Now, not to say it's going to play out for sure, but what a good start. All right, what a good start on TTI. These consecutive higher lows in an uptrend. Pretty good to me, man. So let's see how that keeps going. Now, I definitely looked out on that hurricane. It's crazy what it did. It's like it hit the bottom of my state, like the eye wall did, and then it's like that the westerly winds came in, pushing it east, and just rain, just some rain and wind where I'm at. It's crazy. Little Sally. Okay, let's see if this can keep going. And what about Cisco, dude? Like, come on, dude. I mean, Are you here for crypto? Are you here for TA? Like, it was a beautiful breakout today, or broke out like yesterday, and just had a huge day at 4.36%. Was up over 5% at one point. I mean, there's no real resistance now. I mean, until really $76. I think eventually you could back test the breakout 64.70 before going higher. But man, this is like why I'm here, man. So this one, and then I mean, like, U.S. foods look similar, right? And then you got a restaurant like Cake. It's trying to break out again. I don't know, man. It's getting a little weird. It failed to break out. It's rallying and not making a higher high yet. So, but remember, like, this was identified down here at like $20, man. This has appreciated like 30+% in value since this was all identified, dude. So, okay. I mean, this is like profit-taking level because if the trade fails and one enters on the third bottom, they make money, right? So eventually, yeah, if this can actually play out, I mean, you'd think eventually, minimum, like 35.84, like a swing low from August 2019. Even though the structure is insanely large. I mean, look at 46.55. I mean, that's pipe dreams, man, maybe on Cake. It's a friggin' restaurant. God, I mean, look at this TPR, dude. Like, another one just identified. I mean, on the third bottom, it showed a double bottom. It's ridiculous. And you hit your highest highs today since March 10th, man, on Tapestry. Value. These are all value trades, value assets, like not tech. That's just extreme premium where all the Moon Boys, the Robin Hood leverage scrubs go. That's what they're trading, okay? They're not looking and finding stuff like this because when it's identified, it's not sexy. It's down so much on the year. It's been beaten down. But okay, man, market rotations happen. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, KHC, just trash, dude. Just awful. They still catch up. We should have known, dude, right? Okay, went live about an hour, right? Also, golds. Finish up all the across the market stuff. Look what it did. Ran up to test the supply line for the second time and failed again. And when it did that, it kind of showed you a little bit more exhaustion, right? I mean, a high, a higher high, and then about the exact same high and even lower levels of positive momentum. What's going on, man? What is going on with gold right at these levels? At the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, you're below it again now. Kind of it's just still neutral, where of course it could just pivot and rally, man, sure, and go to 1992, no problem. Or it failing to break a supply line with some exhaustion on the 4 hour could imply it's going down to 1920 again. And that could also signify maybe the US dollar at the same time pumps and finishes that and completes that partial decline.
Please look at Barnes Group. Symbol BNYSE.
Thanks, Big Bonanza, for the 10. We'll look at B. It's okay. Interesting. Oh my god, dude. This could be a freaking Gartley that just hit its PCZ. Man, I wish you would asked me about it yesterday, or the day before, or the day before that. I'm just eyeballing it here. Too deep, dude. Too deep. Well, that sucks. Okay, so gold, man. The edge is kind of bearish here. Consecutive lower highs with some bearish divergence on the 4 hour. That's not bullish. I'm sorry, it's just not. If it goes to higher prices, great. Neutral pattern, but this is implying maybe down next. Net down, right? Not up. Okay. What's up, Balaba? Thank you, dude. It says, thanks for creating the stream, the Discord, and the Patreon. Can you look at INT, World Fuel Services? Thank you. Yeah, we'll look at it. Cheers. Let's look at Barnes first, okay? Value stuff right down here. Volume's not good enough though, man. 474,000, and then your 10-day average volume is 233,000. It's just not good enough. It doesn't meet the criteria we would want to swing trade it or to position trade it, all right? Doesn't mean it can't go up, right? Hey, what's up, D-Zam? Good to see you. Again. Hope things have been going well in Chi-Town. Really, really appreciate it. Okay. We're just looking at B, Barnes Group. So it was like my, you know, getting a little wide-eyed and excited for a moment, but this is what I was looking at. It wasn't on screen. It's too deep, right? 66% retrace, and we would be using this low. So it's like 66%. I mean, certainly reversing at a 786, right? So it's a little too deep here, right? A little too deep for what we want, but dang if the 786 isn't being regarded quite well. And if anything, it's just AVCT stuff. Unfortunately, at this maybe PCZ on the 4 hour, there was no edge. It was just bearish convergence on both oscillators. But yeah, up 6% today. Let's go to the daily and see if there's anything going on. Yeah, no edge on either time. So you got a harmonic here. That's great, dude. But I think it might be a little too deep. And hey, if it's a little too deep, that means like you get a run up, you sell off again, and maybe at some point in the future we could get an 88% retrace with divergence. And though it's just us using critical thinking here. Okay, critical thinking to where like you're reversing here, but there's no real reason why. So that means like when you get no reason for reversals, a lot of times they don't manifest into much. They just manifest into lower highs, bamboozling people. They FOMO in on Robinhood or something, and then it dumps again. And so maybe at the deepest retrace, we could be blessed with an opportunity to where, you know, on the daily or 4 hour at least, God, there be some showing of seller exhaustion, right? So I'll add an alert here. If I ever hit $33 beep, man, it might be. Well, I'll be coming to it to look to see if there's an edge on the oscillators at that point. If there's not, we just keep scanning, man. We just keep looking. We're hunters, pretty much, right? What's up, JF Airplanes? Whew. Daily MACD on the screen on the gold. Yep, it just looks similar to Bitcoin, right? Looks similar to silver on the MACD histogram, and inverse is completely inverse correlated to the DXY. That's what's so weird and sketching me out. It's about commodities and the US dollar are flip-flopped. I mean, I guess on price action too, but it just, right, you know, we made our first level of positive momentum on the daily on Bitcoin yesterday for the first time since August 10th. And so, guess what happened when your momentum went positive on the daily? The next day we got follow through price action off of that, and it could go a little bit higher, and it still wouldn't be weird, right? We're thinking like 11,150 to 11,200 could be a reversal area based on confluence in the 200 simple moving average. Okay, and the way that Bitcoin looks, I mean, this rally just kind of looks too methodical after the huge sell-off and very fast amount of time, this just controlled move up. I mean, sure, it could just turn into We Moon, of course, but you'd think we could get another small wave down before it goes much higher or not. S&P futures climbing. Let's go, dude. We need to look at futures. Not really. What are you talking about?
Can you look at Tesla?
No, they're not.
What do you think is going to happen for Battery Day?
I don't know, dude. Tesla's kind of one of those where it's like, hey, it's great. It keep pumping. You know, if you hold it, if you had position from a while back, would have made a little bit more sense. That's great. But for anyone else, I mean, it's kind of like it was showing hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour and daily, certainly. And it could keep going. I don't know, man. That's just one where it's like, hey, flip a coin. It's gonna be volatile one way or another. But you know, you understand, like, watching the stream long enough. It's like, look what I'm looking at. We're looking at B, and the person who tipped, they get it, right? Big Bonanza, he's on the right page. It's like, hey, we're looking for beaten down assets that might be showing harmonics after the beatdown, right? We're looking for seller exhaustion. We're looking for a combination of variables in the right context, right? The right context, like Western Digital, same thing. And we're gonna go to that, whatever. Look, Western Digital, same thing. We're looking for, you see this, and it may never get down to the 786. It never did, and there was never divergence on the daily. But there was, I think, on the 4-hour a little bit. No, it was bullish convergence on the 4-hour. So, see, we're looking for assets that have been beaten down, that form the XABCD, and this could be over. I mean, it may never get down there because of too much support from December 2018 and June of 2019, where the gap fill will be at 44.61 or so. So, but if we get to make a lower high and then dump again, my God, dude, it would be a legendary opportunity to get a $32 entry on Western Digital. Okay, I mean, just wow. So, and then you go to Tesla, and it just doesn't look anything like. Yeah, this is scary stuff up here. This is like big sell-off, attempted rally, not making a higher high yet. How many times in history do we see huge impulses, big sell-offs, and then the attempted rally that makes a lower high, a double top, or a slightly higher high before having another huge wave down? So the hidden bullish divergence was here, though. Certainly, look, I mean, like on the daily, from a low to a higher low, almost a 78% retrace from this previous low to high. A deep retrace, and then you're going again.
Edge on band 4 hours.
$10 minimum for S coins like that, Mr. Meow. Thanks to.
Is that a joint?
Is that harmonic on Litecoin still in play?
You know it's depending on Bitcoin.
BTC, of course. Not sure if you looked at it today.
Nope, not yet, dude. We can, though. I mean, you know it'll die hard if Bitcoin dumps, right? So Tesla, what do I think about battery day? I don't know, but all I know is there was somewhat of an edge on Tesla on the 4-hour and daily at the exact same time, right? So it's made a deep retrace from its recent high. Too low. Right, almost a 78% retrace. So I don't know. Get a coin out, flip it. You have a 50% chance of being right now. Just gap fill at 420, of course.
Is that a joint?
Probably can't because stockholders, right?
Alright, so you can fill that gap before round and going higher. I don't know, man. It's just not what a swing trader cares about, this thing, man. It's like, it's there. It's awesome. It has had tremendous gains. It had a split. It's nuts, right? It's just not our thing here. It's like, hey, look at YFI, you know? Oh, what was that? Hold on. Gotta look at something. Hey, Quarter Crawler, thank you, dude, for the merch purse, the die cut sticker, man. Enjoy it. It was INT. What's the next one? Interception. Just kidding. Yeah, there's another one. Wow, interesting. Yeah, one that just never, recovered with the macro, but really like it. And we got some consecutive higher lows going, but we got lower highs. Sure, thank you, Kreuzer. Okay, so clearly, if you look at it, INT, it's in a definite range, certainly in a range, up thrust right here, June 8th. It's going to be Wyckoff accumulation, right? I mean, look at this bottom here. And of course I could draw a demand line so you can see it, but I like doing it too like this. I mean, every time, you're making higher lows. So, would this be the spring? Would that be the spring? If it was, So, I mean, look, man, it's like destroyed, and it's stuck in the mid. You're in the dead middle. Like, the heart line would be right here if I was doing it that way. It's the dead middle of a range, and you've just made another consecutive higher low. And you've certainly, from the previous low to this low, you are making hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. So it's playing out. Okay, but you're asking about it today. I don't know about the daily. Do you have any help on the daily? You do. You do have help on the daily. That is also implying continuation of the upside. Look, from this low to the next low. There it is, man. I mean, it doesn't matter which top of the histogram. I'm just going from the swing low. Either way, right? That's good. And then the RSI doing the same thing, man. Right? So, not bad on INT. Matthew D, you seeing this, man? You want to give it a shot, dude? The whole Wyckoff stuff on this one? So eventually, I mean, like, you got to break the spring. You jump across the, or not the spring, you got to jump across the creek, right? Which I just showed right here. Jumping across the creek's around 26.79, and then after that, if you get up to 28.15 to 29.82, we could be at our last points of supply for a big markup in price. Huh. Yeah, Wyckoff accumulation could be occurring. What's up, John Candle Wigman? Says thank you for the added value on the Patreon. America. Yes, sir. America, indeed. Really appreciate it, brother. Really, thanks to all patrons for all the support. Truly amazing. And, you know, I'm doing, like, everything I can to provide that value for you if you are a patron. And you know that if you're in the Discord.
Shout out to my Patreon family. This is a thanks to you, Mitch, and for all the education I've received and started on. Go sit, flex bicep.
That's right, SYY hype, value trade, and also, I mean, the rotation, tech's premium, man. Like, we didn't care about tech too much, right? How often am I talking about the Qs? Remember, we were talking about QQQ gang when it was like, yeah, dude, we're rallying and we're showing an edge on the market and the uptrend, you're hitting a demand line. Look at all these variables, dude. You know, when it makes sense, we're all up on it, talking about it. But things have gone really high, and there's just other opportunity out there. And we keep looking at them. Like, and I'm really digging these requests because a few of them have been, wow, something to look at. Now, of course, again, I can just draw a trend line. You know, there's a demand line here too. I got it, but this is just showing the higher lows so you can see there's accumulation in a trading range. All right, TD Ameritrade. Wow, what a friggin' bounce, man. I mean, look at this, dude. Still there. Let's just move it over a little bit. Hello, it's a textbook bullish bat pattern that from its PCZ, the March lows and 8-year level, ran up to eventually test 49.68. It's currently sitting at 38.72. And I just think that this could, look, man, look where it is. TD Ameritrade, if it ever breaks, for real, if it ever breaks this high of $39, it could do exactly what it did before. This is why there was such a violent move up, because like when you do break this resistance, there's nothing here really until right here, 47.43. That's exactly why this move up happened. So this is butting up. Okay, it's like a pseudo-symmetrical triangle. It's very similar to BAC, Bank of America, where it's showing this great accumulation, incredible accumulation. Wow, that's stupid good. And it's showing a pseudo sell wall. You can't just look at it and be like, no, invalid because of this Rudy Poo action. It's not invalid. Look at this, because we know historically this right here is everything. June of 2015 ice line, man. You break that, good things could happen. I'm not kidding. on TD Ameritrade. I mean, your target would probably be 47, 43. Probably, all right? And if we want to be really conservative here, from that Rudy Poo high to low, fine. 618's $44, $43.74. That's another target. But, I mean, really, I don't know why it wouldn't. If it breaks $39, run up to test 47, 43 in time if one is patient, okay? You know, there's like a valley here, 42.39. Yeah, you test that, sure. Remember, it's always the overhead resistance on the way up that are the toughest. The valleys aren't as bad. Okay, but they can still be regarded as support resistance. So you break $39, $42, and then 47, 43. Let's go.
Bruh.
On AMTD. And that would make sense, right? Because of the extremely large bullish back.
Shorted BTC 11,250 and set stop on 11,370. Take profit 9,175. Smile, could you bless me? Smile, Viking Kang.
It's hard to say. It's not a decent area for a reversal to the downside, but if we're in the middle of that XA, AB, BC stuff, right? The BC stuff could just end up being a higher low, a bounce off 10,550. We could bounce there and rally to the upside. That's an extremely important area. So I think from here we could definitely reverse at any time. You could go up a little bit more, and see that confluence area between 11,150, 11,200. There's a lot of stuff right there. At the same time, you're just kind of drawing out on the MACD, and there's an RSI uptrend, right? You see these are meant to be broken eventually, right? Where what'll happen is it'll be created, it looks beautiful, it's just perfect, and then eventually price action reverses, and then eventually we break it. And that's when we get a big move down. Once it breaks that trend line, you'll see it. It happens over and over and over again, okay? That being said, contradicting variable on the daily where it is building positive momentum. So, like, you know, the daily's making it harder to trade this, right? We're looking for planets and stars to align as traders. Well, at least my system that I'm trying to educate and teach people on every day. The system I try to teach here, and maybe not you, is where all the variables and time scales line up, and they're all saying the same thing. They're all implying, hey, it's going this way. It's going this way on the daily, the 4 hour, the weekly, the monthly, right? Even the 60-minute, right? All saying the same thing. But now we've got, like on Bitcoin, I know everyone wants to know about it, but the daily is saying it's kind of good, and 4 hours saying it's kind of long and drawn out and could reverse soon at a confluence area into 200 some moving hours, right? So for me, it's like conditions are pretty meh in crypto for shorting or longing. But yeah, I mean, it's not unreasonable, I guess, but you understand, right? You don't have to settle just because it's Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin does sometimes give us those stars and planets that align, and we're able to capitalize on it like we are on a bunch of stocks. But most of the time, it doesn't have the stars aligning. So it's just another asset to a trader, man. But to a lot of other people that aren't traders, it is everything. And people obsess about it and try to give their predictions, but it's just... You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, the man is intensify, yeah. Yeah, Rick, man. I already connect. Stars align, planets aligning, huh? Yeah, dude. Yeah. Rick Schmitz understands that well. But I'm sure there are probably like a bunch of other YouTubers that people watch that don't have the same system as me, and they'd be like, yeah, dude, that's perfect, dude. We've been live now, hour and 20 minutes. If you're enjoying it at all, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. 750 people here. Still, thank y'all for tuning in, just doing what we do every day. Market updates, monitoring the trades, right? The ones that have been going. My God, man. A lot of them, but just not in crypto. Perhaps you've seen that Bitcoin has made a lower high and might be in the midst of painting another lower high, which would give us consecutive lower highs. That is not really conditions for longs, but at the same time, we're in a long-term uptrend. So, shorting, it could just continue to stay rational. It could run up all the way to 11,550. People would be losing their minds, euphoric. We'd have over 1,000 people watching again. Chat would be spamming, and we'd still be making a lower high. You get me? And 11,473 is the 618. So even if from your high to low, you see that 11,464. It's not weird. 11,463. You know what that is, right? That's the Three Gorges Dam resistance, the most significant resistance that exists on the weekly chart. Or I think really any chart. Like anything on Bitcoin, 11,463 is the strongest, most powerful resistance that exists on Bitcoin right now. Okay? Most significant. Yeah, and S-Coin's on a demand line, Kanatomo. Meh. Meh. Super meh. And here's the thing, though, Kanatomo. You posting that chart, ZRX? What it do, dude? It hit it once. It's hitting it twice. And the rally was pathetic. Oh, what's Pac-12 doing it now? Okay, yeah, dude, yeah. The Pac-12's trying to get... What were they doing? I mean, like, come on. I even said that to my dad. I was texting him about it. I'm like, imagine being a Pac-12 fan. You just listening to the Big Ten, and then they flip-flop, and now you're flip-flopping too. Wow, y'all look real smart, man. I mean, come on, let's be real, dude. Like... Pac-12 has no chance anyway to even make the playoffs, really. I know Oregon was supposed to have a good team this year, but I still don't think it'll be good enough because they'll lose to a 5-5 Arizona State or something stupid, right? They'll just, whoops, we look so good, and then you just do terrible against a terrible team, a mediocre team, right? Every year, Pac-12 does it. It's no wonder the Pac-12 hasn't won a national title since 2004 with USC, and they had to cheat insanely with Hollywood allure to get players there. And they were sanctioned for that. They were put on, they couldn't even have bowl games because they cheated so bad to win those titles. Dynasty, by the way. Okay. Get out, Pac-12. Just get out. I'm sorry. Their Heisman winner was so friggin' guilty. He's just like, just take my trophy, dude. Take my trophy because I know I cheated. And don't be mad at me for saying this stuff, okay? It's ridiculous, man. And same Big 12. I mean, when's the last time they won a national title? Big 12. Let's see. Was that 01? No, it was 05 when Texas, beat USC, the cheaters. So, okay. So that's the last time the Big 12 and the Pac-12 have been relevant at all. 2004 and 2005. 15 years, dude. Ellen Appear. What is your allegiance again, dude? I know you're over there. We have a lot of Californians, so some could be upset right now. Oh, by the way, I'm like getting close to a 48-hour fast. Big time. So, I mean, it's been tough, man. Breaking that 24-hour mark is so difficult, especially when you have food. Oh, I got you, LMOP, dude. Hey, what's up, Kevin Grubb, dude? Yep, Big Ten only has one in the last 17 years. Good. Okay. Alright, so if you don't know, vacation is coming. It's not really, it might affect my stream time a little bit because I just don't know, like I'll be traveling and doing things, but just understand that it's my first vacation in well over a year, okay? So for anyone out there being like, oh, this guy like blows up on his Patreon and just goes on vacation. It's like, that's just so unfair to say, because I have 7 days a week, and even when I go on vacation, I still work. I bring like a $4,000 setup of all this stuff combined with me to do this. So you'll just be seeing me do it remotely tomorrow, okay? So it'll be fun. I need it, man. I need it. I'm losing it, okay? I'm losing a little bit. Alright, so Ethereum, what's going to happen? Is the bear pole, bear flag, the huge one, going to play out? Is this going to be a third consecutive lower high, or just going to be another lower high here? The short could, that short idea, I posted for Patreon, it could still be alive. I mean, it really could, but at the same time, why I said it was kind of dead was not because the stop out, but because I didn't have enough variables to make a strong enough argument. Like, I think having a bear pole, bear flag in a lower high, it could be enough, but probably not, right? Especially the way the big one looks on the daily. Could easily fail, but you're still kind of in it, man. And if you are short on Ethereum, you really want the US dollar to pump, dude. You want it to pump like crazy and hit those common retrace targets on the DXY. You want a confirmed partial decline, and you want a breakout of the descending broadening wedge. Okay. Yeah, I take you on vacation with me. It's just something I do. Oh, Microsoft. So let's go Ethereum. You're thinking a dump is coming, but
Can you check out Microsoft? Thanks.
yeah, tech, right? I mean, this was the 60-minute dragon. But look at it like 60-minute, okay? 60 minutes, weak as F, right? Where, hey man, you broke out, you rallied, you're selling off. You could very well back test 203 as support, right? You fell below it twice, maybe we back tested, make a higher low, and go again. But remember, a 60-minute trade. This is more so kind of education, where it's like, this is how we size up a dragon if we see it on the daily or 4 hour. You see it on the 60-minute, hey, it can play out, but this is exactly what you could almost expect, right? 60-minute bullish divergence would manifest into a scrubby retrace that doesn't turn into anything, not a higher high than your previous high, right? So you want to see this on the 4 hour. This is the model. You just screenshot this. You want to see this setup on the 4 hour or daily, not the 60-minute. Very weak on the 60-minute, because divergence, it'll play out initially, but it won't take you very far. That's why you want all the planets to align, the stars to align. 60-minute divergence ushers in the 4 hour divergence, which maybe ushers in hidden divergence on the daily. That's what you want. You only had it on one time scale, and it was the insignificant one, right? So at these levels, right, tech premium prices. So if you want to try to play tech when it's doing this, have fun. Eventually you could fill the gap at $190 and back test your previous all-time high for the first time ever, dude. That could happen. Okay, so just be mindful. That's Microsoft, dude. Do you get what I'm saying? 60-minute. It can start with a 60-minute, but you sure as heck better have some 4 hour divergence to back it up. Otherwise, it'll take you this far and it'll dump again. Hey Benson, man, what's up, dude? Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the timing is so bad on like the hurricane and my travel plans. I mean, no one could predict that. You can't look out and be like, oh yeah, man, there's a hurricane coming and it's coming right for us. Those models have no idea how to do that, like how to predict that far out, like where the trajectory was going to be. They just kept saying New Orleans. Nope. So it'll be fine though. But look, all Bitcoin's done is back tested 10,952 for now. For the first time since breaking it today, it's back testing it as support. You know what 10,952 is, right? If you watch the stream, you certainly do. Well, if you're paying attention. It's the high from August and September of 2019. You can see we're above that right now. And really above that, there's nothing until like, 12,000. But you just got above it, and it's not ever about the break itself. It's about the price action correlation afterwards, the follow-through price action that we've gotten zero of. So you're testing it as support, and it could very well test it, and then fail, and then dump. And then we could see a 10,550 back test. That would not be weird at all, man. We are at common retrace areas before a major reversal happens to downside. Oh my god, monthly bullish divergence on the US dollar. We will see. Hold on, we'll check it out real quick. DXY monthly, huh? That will be freaking nuts, dude. No, certainly not. No, you can't have divergence when you're not making a lower low yet. So, absolutely no. Now, if you start pivoting now, which, dude, I'm telling you, we don't like. The ice line here is so important. If you break 92.77, 89.50, it's really though down here at like $85, man. It's where you could eventually wind up. I mean, I think Matthew D and a few others are saying it's Wyckoff distribution. It definitely looks like you might be at that last point of supply stuff, right? I mean, you're not, right? We're not getting a big bounce off of this ice line, right? The bottom of the trading range. This is price action correlation to the trading range that was created in August of 2015. So this was the sign of weakness. One sign up looks like you had preliminary supply buying climax, automatic rally, secondary test. This is the sign of weakness. Yep, up thrust, and then more signs of weakness. So yeah, dude, the U.S. dollar is certainly right now hanging on like a cliff. It's like with one hand. All right. Like you can see it a lot better, I guess, like on any time scale that's not the monthly. If you look left, right? Wow, look at the daily. Sorry. Dang it, man. Hold on. I think I have some of my work didn't save there. Here we go. So US dollar at 91.93, dude. You look left and you see where you bounced one time, 1272 fib extension as well. But look, man, just go to history and see. You know, you had some price action. This is it, man. It's like your 2016 low. I mean, below you see below that, man, twig and thatch. Besides this here, straight down, straight up, pretty much. So if you break that eventually, you're gonna see a huge dump in the US dollar again, okay? And it almost is just like, oh, it's too perfect, man. It's like too perfect. It's setting up for higher prices, man, but this could be extreme amounts of distribution. Like you dump and then you're just making lower highs. Dude, an overwhelming, like, you remember how many times Bitcoin, well, not how many times, just like in extreme conditions, or an asset is just so much demand, so much FOMO, the asset runs up and it just makes higher lows and higher highs, and eventually it's like upsloping flag stuff where it eventually can do that. It's ugly. I remember all the BTC pairs were doing crap like this back during 2018, man. It'd be like, oh man, they might be exhausted. No, it's just testament to how little demand there is. So Bitcoin's still holding on after bouncing off that 10,952 for the first time after breaking it today. So that's good. 20 minutes till your daily close. Oh yeah, that's another one we should look at, right? TSN, chicken tendies. Literal chicken tendies. It didn't do anything today. It was okay. It was trying to break out. It was trying to break out, man. But just this sell wall is so real. If you ever break 66.92, you're going to 70 bucks, dude. No problem. So accumulation, sell wall. All right. Chicken tendies could still be on the menu. Wow. Yeah, we looked at GE for a moment. All right. I think y'all are good. I think y'all are satisfied, satiated, whatever, with the across the markets. That's what we try to do. So I've already analyzed Bitcoin. You know what's kind of going on. Where it could go up a little bit higher to hit that confluence area, or this could be it, man. So, new day is upon us in less than 20 minutes. So, I'll just leave y'all to it. I'll leave you with this song. Love it, man. It's one of my favorites of this genre. You by Gux Jimenez. Till next time, respect the TA.
Is this your homework, Larry?
robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.